Welcome to the first video on how to code in HTML and CSS. We're going to start off with Hypertext Markup Language HTML first because it is the first language you need to be able to do web pages. I'm going to be using w3schools.com, which is an excellent resource for some of my learning resources, and I highly suggest that you also have a look at this website. So we start off with a beginning of an introduction to HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Basically, it is not what's considered to be a proper programming language. It's considered a markup language, which means all it does is it tells the web page what to do. So what that means is we're not creating a program from scratch, but we are telling a browser how to arrange graphics, text in a particular format so we can see it as a web page. There are things called tags, which we'll be looking at soon, which look like this and are denoted by a less than greater than. And these are the ways that we control images, text, and links on the page. As you're probably aware, HTML runs inside a browser. So it needs a web browser. There are many different types of web browsers out there, whether it's Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Safari, and all of them actually read HTML to display what it is to screen. Now, there are three major components in terms of the structure of a HTML file. The first is we have a container, which is started off with a HTML and ends with a HTML, and this denotes that we are working inside a web page. Then we have a header. Inside the header, we have all the metadata. So what that means is anything that describes the page, and this is used most often by search engines and webmasters to be able to state what is inside the web page, so a search engine like Google can pull up all the keywords and rank them. You can also do things like headings and so on, and what we'll be looking at later on, cascading style sheets, CSS, can also go in the header. We've also got the body. Now, the body is where all the tags that you see on the page are, and some examples they've got here are the heading and paragraph, and we're going to be looking at these during the formatting section of the video. Overall, HTML is a great language to learn, especially if you want to get into graphic design or web design. It's also essential if you want to get into some of the web components of programming, such as JavaScript and database languages such as ASP.